Hello Santa Amelia artists, welcome back to part 2 of our cactus still life. So what you're going to need for this part of our project is a regular old piece of paper, a pencil with an eraser if you have one, a Sharpie marker or a black marker. You're also going to need some crayons, and you're going to need your 3 textures that we created last week. So pull those out, get everything else, and let's get started. Okay, so we are going to be making a cactus still life. We're going to be planting our 3 different cacti all together in the same pot. So I know some of us have done this already, so that was just practice. And now let's get into actually drawing our pot first. So just like we talked about a couple projects ago, we created ellipses to start our 3-dimensional shapes. So this is basically like we're starting out a cylinder, but we're only going to see the top of it. So I want you to create an ellipse, nice and wide, fill up pretty much the whole bottom width of your paper. So we're going to do 2 vertical lines coming down from the very edges of our ellipses. We're going to make another curved line connecting the bottom of our 2 parallel vertical lines that are the same size. And then actually there is one more step. You want to just continue your pot down so you can make 2 slightly diagonal lines going down from those 2 lines there. So we've got the basic shape of our pot now. And now I want to see you create 3 differently shaped cacti. So you can do a cactus, you can do a succulent, which I will give you some references in our lesson plan. So just look at the few pictures that I attached there, and those will help you draw your cacti. So I'm looking at my references, and I think I'm going to start with one sort of in the back of my pot. So think about where these are being placed. So I'm going to start with the back. I'm going to do my tallest one in the back. I'm going to do one of these funky guys. And draw lightly just in case you ever make a mistake. My next one, I think I'll do like a little spiky ball. So notice how I just overlapped him over top of my cactus that's in the back, because I can just erase that line, erase this line, and make it look like it's more in the foreground. So I think I'll add a little flower to this. And for my last shape, I'll do one of these guys. And you can run off the paper, that's totally fine. This one's gonna be a little bit behind that guy. And now with your eraser, erase any lines that should not be seen. So pretty much none of this back pot line should be seen at all, because this is completely behind all of our cacti. Now what we can do is draw some basic details. So with this little circular guy here, I'm going to add some lines for his spikes. And we're just going to do lines for the pointy bits. So the last step is going to be to draw over our lines all over again with our black Sharpie. So make sure that you've erased any lines that are overlapping, because you don't want to draw those in permanent marker, because we can't fix those mistakes. Okay, so I've kind of changed my lines a little bit, so now what I'm going to do is go over everything and erase any pencil lines that I can see. Okay, so the next part should be the most fun. So with the 3 textures that you created last week, I want you to make sure that you can feel those textures that are raised up off of the surface. So if you can't feel any of the textures, maybe go in and try and do another layer of the glue, but one should have been just fine. And what you're going to do now is you're going to do a rubbing of each texture per cactus. So for this texture, I think I want to put that on this cactus here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right underneath my paper. And right along where I should be coloring in this cactus, you can pick your color. And right where I'm coloring in that cactus, we should have our texture underneath. And doing a rubbing just means that our texture is underneath our paper and we're going back and forth with our crayon and making that texture appear. So you might have to move your paper a couple times. Just make sure that your texture is underneath the cactus that you're coloring in. So just stop right at the bottom of the cactus, because then we're going to color all this earthy tones. And now I'm going to move on to my next one. So I think I'll do my stars for this guy over here. And moving on to my last texture, I'll do these spiky ones for this big guy. So it generally helps if you use the side of your crayon so that you cover more ground, and also it might pick up that texture a bit better. Okay, so now that I'm done with my colors for my cacti, I can pick an earthy color, like a brownish, to then go over my dirt color, and that'll just be for the inside of the pot. And then we can pick a sort of, you can pick whatever color you'd like for the actual pot. You can put a design on it if you like. I'm just gonna color mine orange. And then all you're gonna need after that is a background color. So you can make a design in the background if you like. You can use some of your textures in the background. And you don't necessarily have to just do a solid color, but I'm just gonna do like a wall color to finish it off. And there you have it. So if you have any questions, please remember you can comment on the assignment, or you can email me directly. So I hope you guys enjoy this project and have a fabulous week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!